Hi, and welcome back to Rediscovering RC, my personal journey as I venture back into the world of RC and RC racing after an almost 20-year hiatus. I'm your host, Julio, and as a follow-up to my build video, as I mentioned in that episode, I decided to record the building of my Spektrum 6240RX receiver. Basically, the actual process of installing both the built-in 22x4 mount along with the metal top case. As promised and as mentioned in that last episode, I figured I would record that, so here it is. I hope you enjoy. So, I've been putting together my TLR 22x4. Almost done. Everything on the chassis is done. Now we're just crossing the T's and dotting the I's. So, what I figured I'd do is I'd go ahead and take you through the process of putting together a Spektrum 6240RX, and this would apply to the 6240 if you're just using the Servo. I went ahead and purchased the 6240 mount for the 22x4, and I also got the 6240 top case. There's been a lot of discussion over the installation of this servo and putting this on, so I figured since I have to do it, I may as well record the process for anyone that might be wanting to do this upgrade themselves. So I've got my 6240RX here. I did pre-center it, so I'll be able to just install it and put the servo horn as is. And let's get to it. So, first thing is we got to unassemble the servo. So let's go ahead and get that out. Put these back in. We won't need these. Just rearranging wrenches here since we don't need the 2.0. I believe this is a 1.5. Yes, it is. So first thing first, we are going to carefully remove the 4 screws that are on top. And as you're taking these apart, do hold the top case in place. Okay, there's 2. I hope you don't mind the noise. I've got my garage door open here on this kind of stormy weekend we've been having down here in Florida. That's 4, so let's go ahead and start opening these up here. All right, first off, let's get the top plate. Alright. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to carefully snug. There we go. All right, so carefully pull the top plate off. Okay. All right. And then we're going to carefully pull this off. All right, so now that we got this off, now we're going to orient the receiver here. Now this is made, this would be the right side of the chassis, or passenger side if you think of it. And of course you want to align this so that the mounting points are on the left side of the servo facing forward here. So we're going to mount this here in place. Okay, and then very carefully you're going to take the top plate. Notice that there's little holes here, and these are for the alignment pins of the servos, so, or the servo gears rather. So we're going to pop this here. Everything should line up. There we go. There we go. So, all right, there. So everything dropped in perfectly. And once we have that, now it's just a matter of putting the screws back in. So then, just like how I put them on, I'm going to want to tighten them in a cross pattern. And again, with anything that's threaded in general, you want to turn back on the screw a little bit until you hear that slight little click. That's going to be the screw lining itself up with the threads. And then that way you don't end up cross threading or anything. There we go. Okay, tighten that one down and then just go back cross pattern. And there you go. This servo is now ready to mount into the TLR22X4. Again, the top plate is optional. However, I've heard a lot online that this really helps bolster this servo so you don't have any problems with the gears misaligning. What I've seen online is that this case with stress sometimes tends to crack either here or here. And once this cracks, you know, the output gear could move a little bit and that can misalign all the gears internally and mess up the servo. So having this metal top case here is just extra insurance to really make this as bulletproof as possible. So I hope you enjoy this quick build up of the 6240 servo for installation in a 22X4. The installation in the 22 5.0 is the same. Of course, it's a different mount, but the procedure is exactly the same. So again, I'm your host Julio. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial here. Please remember to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And as always, take care.